From stately Berglund Manor, this is Kurt Berglund with you again for Game 2 of a request series between the 1980 Kansas City Royals, American League champs, having beaten the New York Yankees, actually, in 3 straight in the ALCS to get to the World Series that they promptly lost to the 1980 Philadelphia Phillies in 6 games. They will be taking on, in fact, they will be hosting this evening the 1978 New York Yankees. Game 1 took place as best-of-3 series using Stratomatic Super Advanced. Game 1 did not go the Yankees' way, despite having 25-game winner Ron Guidry on the mound. Larry Gura and Dan Quisenberry shut the Yankee attack down, and an untimely error by Thurman Munson led to the only run of the ball game being scored, an unearned run at that, leading to a 1-0 KC victory in the Bronx. Tonight, we have Game 2, and it's in Royal Stadium, and the weather is bad. It's going to take a hurricane to get a fly ball out of here tonight, and that is affecting some lineup choices for both teams. The starting pitchers tonight, Catfish Hunter going for the visiting New York Yankees, largely because of the weather, and Dennis Leonard for the Kansas City Royals. If the Royals win, the best-of-3 series is over. But remember your history. The 78 Yankees lost Game 1 to the 89 Athletics in humiliating fashion in a best-of-3 that I did a few weeks ago, and came back and won Games 2 and 3 to take the series. So these Yankees are tough. So let's go through the lineups first for the visiting 1978 New York Yankees. Leading off in center field, Mickey Rivers. Batting second at second base, Willie Randolph. Batting third, the catcher, Thurman Munson. Batting fourth, the right fielder, Reggie Jackson. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Chris Chambliss. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Greg Nettles. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Lou Piniella. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Roy White. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Bucky Dent. On the mound for New York is Catfish Hunter, the big game pitcher that I would want on the mound if I was the Yankees. In 1978, Catfish went 12-6 with a 3.58 earned run average in 20 starts in 118 innings of work. He's clearly on the downside, but Catfish knows how to win. And for the homestanding Royals, leading off left fielder Willie Wilson. Batting second, DH Hal McRae. Batting third, third baseman George Brett. Batting fourth, first baseman Willie Aikens. Batting fifth, center fielder Amos Otis. Batting sixth, catcher Darrell Porter. Batting seventh, right fielder Clint Hurdle. Batting eighth, second baseman Frank White. And batting ninth, shortstop UL Washington. Tell you about Dennis Leonard, the starting pitcher for the Royals. In 1980, Dennis went 20-11 with a 3.79 earned run average and 38 starts and 280 innings of work. All right, we are ready to go. If the Royals win, it's over. If the Yankees win, we go back to New York for Game 3. And neither team's starting pitcher is completely set, although the Royals going with Splittorff in Game 3 in New York is probably a done deal. All right, so leading off for the Yankees, in the mist and cold of October in Kansas City is Mickey Rivers. Mickey hits a comebacker to Leonard, and he's going to flip to Aikens, and that's one down. Batting second, Willie Randolph. Willie skies one in the air to left field. Willie Wilson's got plenty of room for that one, and that's two down. And Thurman Munson And that's going to be a chance for Daryl Porter. And Daryl is going to take the foul out from Thurman Munson, and that will retire the Yankees in the top of the first. 3 up, 3 down for New York. Kansas City coming to bat against Catfish. Willie Wilson leads off. The key to their attack hits a comebacker to Catfish Hunter, and that's 1 down. Hal McRae. Fly ball right field. Reggie is drifting back, but he's got plenty of room, and he'll make the grab. That's 2 down. And George Brett smashed at first. That's Chambliss. He'll take it unassisted. And we are done with the first inning in Kansas City. No score. For the Yankees in the top of the second, it'll be Jackson, Chambliss, and Nettles against Dennis Leonard. Reggie swings and misses at a Leonard fastball. Strike 3. Chambliss. Ground ball second. Frank White flips to Akins. 2 down. And Greg Nettles. Ground ball short. UL Washington throws to Akins. That retires the side. 6 up, 6 down for Leonard so far. We go to the bottom of the second. We are scoreless in Kansas City. Willie Akins. Ground ball second. Willie Randolph. Gonna flip to Chambliss, and that's 1 down. Amos Otis against Catfish Hunter. Ground ball second. That's Randolph. And Willie makes the play to Chambliss, and that's 2 down. Daryl Porter with 2 outs and nobody on. No base runners yet, either team. Ball 4, jinxed it. Porter takes first base with 2 outs. Porter's on base. Clint Hurdle stands in. Clint Hurdle did not play in Game 1. 1980, Hurdle hit .294 with 10 homers in 395 at-bats. Ground ball first. Oh, nope. Nope. We got a balk chance, but it's not a balk. So we got Hurdle swinging. And that is hit to right, and it's past Reggie. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Porter reaching third. He is going to be... Ah, boy. Hurdle's at second on the double. Porter's reaching third. He is going to be waved. And the throw is coming home with 2 outs. Porter's getting waved. Jackson to Randolph. Randolph to Munson. And not in time. Porter scores. It's 1-0 Royals. Frank White stands in with 2 outs and Hurdle on second. Hit deep. Way back. But it's not going to get out of here. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Hurdle will score on White's base hit, and it's 2-0 Royals with UL Washington coming to the plate. 2 outs. Catfish got to get out of this thing. Line drive taken by Randolph, and the Yankees escape further damage. However, on some daring base running, the Royals take a 2-0 lead. We go to the top of the third. The Yankees cannot lose this game or the series is over. Pitch from Leonard to Piniella. He strikes him out on some heat. Gas. Roy White steps in. Fly ball to right. Clint Hurdle's coming in a few steps, and he'll take it for out number 2. And Bucky Dent. More gas. Bucky Dent can't catch up with it. 3 strikeouts for Leonard in 3 innings. It's 9 up and 9 down. Willie Wilson leads off the bottom of the third for Kansas City. They're looking to pad the lead. Instead, Willie Wilson strikes out. One down. Willie Randolph hits one in the air to center. Mickey Rivers drops the ball. Hal McRae gets to second base, and no further. With Brett coming up and Akins on deck, we're going to see some action in the Yankee bullpen. Paul Lindblad and Dick Tidrow hurriedly getting loose. Brett is going to be intentionally walked. They're not going to face him with a chance to go out in front by 4, and they put the burden on Akins. 2 outs, or 1 out, 2 on. McRae on second, Brett on first. He's been intentionally walked. The pitch to Akins. Ground ball third. That's Nettles. Nettles fields it, goes to Randolph for 1, to Chambliss for 2, and that retires the Royals in the third. Just when you think you've got Catfish hooked, see what I did there? He gets out of trouble, and we go to the fourth, and the deficit is still 2-0 Royals. Mickey Rivers leads off, top of the order for New York. Line drive, base hit, first hit of the game for the Yankees. Willie Randolph stands in. Rivers working on his lead. Doesn't get a jump. Pitch to Randolph. Fly ball left field, Willie Wilson. 1 down, Thurman Munson. Line drive caught by UL Washington. That's 2 down. And Reggie Jackson. A man who could drive one out of here in this weather. 2 outs. Rivers on first. Line drive. No. Reggie fooled me. Struck him out swinging. And that retires the Yankees in the fourth. Leonard's allowed 1 base runner, and that's it. Otis stands in against Catfish. Jim Beattie is warming up in the bullpen for New York. Amos Otis. Line drive caught by Randolph. 1 down in the bottom of the fourth. Darrell Porter stands in. He hits a ground ball to Randolph, who's going to throw to Chambliss for the second out of the inning. And Clint Hurdle hits one toward the gap, and look at Reggie Jackson running like it's 1971. He makes the catch, and that retires the Royals in the fourth. We go to the top of the fifth with Kansas City leading 2-0. See if they can get something started now. The Yankees looking to get something going. Chambliss 0 for 1 today. Leads off. Nettles is on deck. Line drive, base hit, Chambliss. Second hit of the game for New York. Nettles is up. Piniella is on deck. Greg is 0 for 1 today. He strikes out on Leonard curveball. 1 down. Lou Piniella stands in. Sweet Lou pops it up. Brett drifting into foul territory. He's going to take it for out number 2. And Roy White 0 for 1 today. Comebacker to Leonard. And that, uh-oh. will tick off his glove. He'll pick it up and he'll throw it away. So it says they're going to give him a single and an error on the play, getting White to second, Chambliss all the way to third, and with 2 outs, it's Bucky Dent in the bottom or in the top of the 5th. Yankees have the tying runs in scoring position. Can Bucky Dent come through against Leonard? This is their first real opportunity of the game. Line drive, White makes the play. Frank White gloves it, gets the Royals out of the mess, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. And the man who made the stellar play in the top of the inning leads off the bottom of the inning. It's Frank White, UL Washington, and Willie Wilson. Catfish lofts one in the air. Frank White lofts one in the air toward Reggie Jackson, who's in a few steps and makes the play for out number 1. UL Washington strikes out on Catfish's curveball, 2 down, and Willie Wilson. Ground ball second. Randolph is going to flip to Chambliss, and that retires the side in the 5th. Catfish has not allowed a hit since the 2nd. He is now up to 7 in a row. We go to the top of the 6th. It's Kansas City 2, New York nothing. Dennis Leonard is in command. Mickey Rivers. Line drive, base hit, right field. He's aboard. He's going to try and make some trouble on the bases. No, he's not. It's too late to mess around. Randolph's 0 for 2. Rivers is staying put. Pitch to Willie is lifted in the air to center. Amos comes in a few steps and makes the play for out number 1. Willie Wilson returns to first base. Thurman Munson. Ground ball shortstop. UL to Frank White. White on to Akins, and not in time. Munson legs it out, if that's the expression I'm looking for. With 2 outs, Munson's on first, and Reggie Jackson stands in. He can tie the game with 1 swing of the bat. And he draws the walk. So Munson moves up to second. Reggie takes his base at first, and Chambliss stands in. Chris is 1 for 2 today. With 2 outs, the Yankees need a clutch hit. And that's hit deep to right, way back, and down for a single. No, it's not. Sorry. Sorry. Caught by Hurdle. Clint Hurdle makes the catch, and that retires the Yankees in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Clint Hurdle in the fog. I didn't see him make the catch. Hal McRae, George Brett, and Willie Akins all against Catfish. Yankees with their backs to the wall. Sparky Lyle is loose in the bullpen. McRae is 0 for 2. He takes a called third strike, and here comes Bob Lemon. Somebody woke him up in the dugout. Maybe Yogi nudged him. But Lemon's going to go to the bullpen. Here in the bottom of the 6th, George Brett and his .390 average are driving Catfish Hunter from the game, and Sparky Lyle is in. So Brett and Akins have Sparky Lyle written all over him. Brett is 0 for 1 with an intentional walk way back in the 3rd inning. Comebacker to Sparky. And he makes the play. Yes, he does, for out number 1. For out number 2, sorry. And Akins stands in. Sparky Lyle pitching to Akins. Line drive. Caught by Randolph, and that retires the Royals in the 6th. We go to the 7th. Getting late for New York. It's Kansas City 2, New York nothing. Nettles steps in against Leonard. Nettles, Piniella, and White. Greg lifts one in the air to center field. Amos Otis is back a few steps, but makes the catch. One down in the seventh. Lou Piniella. Ground ball third. That's Brett. Across to Akins. Two down. And Roy White. 1 for 2 today. Roy is now 2 for 3. He singles up the middle. And Bucky Dent. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Bob Lemon, waking up from his second nap of the ball game, has to decide what to do about Bucky Dent. The thing about it is you don't want Fred Stanley up there with needing a hit in the ninth inning, and that's what you get when you pinch hit for people in the seventh. On the other hand, the series can be over soon if they don't do something. Boy, oh boy. They're going to do something. Gary Thomason is going to bat for Bucky Dent and try and keep this thing going for New York. Gary Thomason batting for Dent. In 1978, Gary Thomason hit .233 with 8 homers. In 270 at-bats, he had a .304 on-base percentage, and he slugged .367. And to give you some idea, that makes him a lot better than Bucky Dent. Yikes. All right, so Thomason stands in against Leonard. White takes his lead at first. Ground ball second, that's Frank White. And Frank White makes the play to Akins, and that will retire the Yankees in the seventh. So the biggest decision for the Yankees of the game, other than maybe getting Lyle in the game, results in nothing. Fred Stanley will take Thomason's place in the field and be the new Yankee shortstop. We go to the bottom of the seventh. It's time to stretch them out. Kansas City fans looking for some reason to try and get warm. It's going to be Otis, Porter, and Hurdle for Sparky Lyle. Amos Otis is 0 for 2. And he just singled up the middle for a base hit. Amos is on. Darryl Porter is up. Darryl Porter is not an accomplished bunter, but the Royals would like another insurance run. Sparky to the belt. He checks Otis. The pitch home. Popped him up. Willie Randolph is going to take it, and that's going to be out number 1. Clint Hurdle stands in against Sparky Lyle. They could hit for him here. They're not going to. The pitch to Hurdle is a ground ball to third. That's Nettles. And Greg Nettles goes to Randolph for 1, and he just threw it into right field. He just threw it into right field. So Otis is going to come all the way around to third. By the time Reggie Jackson gets it back in, Hurdle's on second base. The Royals have men at second and third. A defensive lapse, a costly defensive lapse by maybe the Yankees' best defensive player, is putting them in a jam right now. That's going to get Rich Gossage up in the bullpen. Not something they wanted to do in the seventh inning, but they kind of have to. There's no tomorrow for New York. Let's reset the situation with one man out. Amos Otis is on third base. Clint Hurdle's on second base, and Frank White is the batter. Frank White can handle the bat. The Yankee defense is in everywhere except the outfield. The infield is in. White stands in against Lyle. And here's the pitch. Here comes Amos Otis. It's a suicide squeeze. And that's not what he wanted. Oh, yeah. Okay. Frank White missed the pitch. Amos Otis is going to try and steal home. And he is shot down from here to Okoboji. All right, so Otis. White misses the pitch on the suicide squeeze. Otis has to steal home. And there's now 2 outs for Kansas City. White still at the plate. Hurdle on second. 2 outs. Ground ball, Chambliss. Chris Chambliss takes it himself to first base, and the Yankees get out of it again. The Royals run themselves out of an inning. Jim Fry with a managerial masterstroke, and believe me, after having watched the Cubs in the middle 80s, he had a lot of them. Yikes. All right, so no runs for Kansas City in the 7th. We're going to the 8th inning, top of the 8th. It's the top of the Yankee batting order. Mickey Rivers, Willie Randolph, Thurman Munson, all against Dennis Leonard, who is throwing a shutout. Dan Quisenberry is up and throwing. Notice I didn't say throwing up in the Kansas City bullpen. Leonard faces Rivers. Rivers is 2 for 3 today. And he strikes out on gas. 1 down in the 8th. Willie Randolph 0 for 3 today. Ground ball short. That's UL. Across to Akins, 2 down. And Thurman Munson 0 for 3 today. Fly ball center drives Otis to the track, but he's going to get there and make the catch. That retires New York in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's UL Washington, Willie Wilson, and Hal McRae. Goose Gossage is up and ready in the bullpen. UL stands in against Sparky and drills one to the gap in left center. That's going to split Rivers and White, and by the time they collect the ball, UL Washington is going to be on second base with a double. Willie Wilson stands in. Oh, man, and there comes Bob Lemon from his 3rd nap of the ball game. Goose Gossage is getting called on here in the bottom of the 8th because he's going to have to bring the heat. They cannot afford another run, and the Royals have a man in scoring position right now. Willie Wilson stands in. Man on second, that's UL Washington, nobody out. The pitch from Gossage. Fly ball to right. That's driven to right. Reggie Jackson on the run. He is never going to get there. It's down for extra bases. It gets past him, and it's a 2-bagger for Willie Wilson as UL Washington scores with the Royals' 3rd run. Hal McRae is due. He's 0 for 3. Willie Wilson's on second base. Royals lead 3-0. Gossage trying to get him out of it. He strikes out McRae. Brett is due. Gossage and Bob Lemon, nap number 4, want no part of Brett. They're going to walk him and face Akins with men on first and second. When the Yankees had this situation back in the 3rd, Willie Akins grounded into a double play. That's what they need right now. Wilson on second, Brett on first, 1 man out. The pitch to Akins. Ground ball second. Randolph, Stanley, Chambliss, double play. The Yankees managed to get out of the eighth with only 1 run scoring, but it's a big one. And now Quisenberry is up and ready in the bullpen, but Dennis Leonard's going to start the ninth. He leads 3-0. The Yankees have Jackson, Chambliss, and Nettles due up. The pitch to Reggie. Line drive caught by White. That's 1 down. Chambliss. Royals are 2 outs away. Dennis Leonard is unbelievable. He threw a great game for the 77 Royals against the 81 Yankees, and he's throwing another one here against the 78 Yankees. Chambliss is 1 for 3. Ground ball, UL Washington. And UL kicks it. That's going to be a 1-base error on UL Washington. The Yankees have a little bit of life. That's going to, that's going to do it. They're going to go to Quisenberry. Jim Fry comes out to the mound and takes the ball from Dennis Leonard, who gets a nice hand from the Kansas City partisan crowd. But Quisenberry is the man for Kansas City in a save situation. In 1980, Dan Quisenberry went 12-7 with a 3.09 earned run average. He had 33 saves and 128 innings of relief work. Rubber arm doesn't quite describe it. Greg Nettles is 0 for 3. He's standing in against Quisenberry. Chambliss is on first. Piniella is on deck. Nettles with a base hit to left field. That's out to Willie Wilson on many hops. And he's going to get it back in. Chambliss stops at second. Lou Piniella stands in. Lou is 0 for 3 with the strikeout. Royals are tense. They don't want to go back to the Bronx and play game 3. Piniella 0 for 3. Royals infield at double play depth. There's 1 man out. The pitch to Lou. He lifts one in the air to left. Willie Wilson's in a few steps, and he'll make the catch. That's 2 down. Roy White is up. Roy is 2 for 3 today. He is up with 2 outs and 2 men on. He is the tying run at the plate for New York. Fred Stanley stands on deck. And exactly the scenario I wanted to avoid for the Yankees may come to pass. Roy White, 2 for 3. Ground ball, second base. Frank White flips to UL Washington, and this series is over. The Royals win in 2 straight. Let's look at the line score. For the victorious 1980 Kansas City Royals, 3 runs on 5 hits, and they made 1 error that could have been really costly in the 9th inning. UL Washington booted it. For the losing 78 New York Yankees, no runs on 6 hits, and they committed 2 errors. Winning pitcher, Dennis Leonard. 1-0 on the series. Losing pitcher, Catfish Hunter. 0-1 in the series. The save goes to Dan Quisenberry, his second of the series, and that makes him the MVP of the series in my book. Too much Royals pitching. Yankees couldn't get it going offensively. They scored no runs in 18 innings. And the Royals didn't exactly tear the cover off the ball. They scored 4 runs in 18 innings, but that was enough to sweep this series. Think about that for a minute. The 1970 Yankees had some hitters, and the Royals shut them down for 18 straight innings. Not an easy accomplishment. And especially because this Royals team, yes, Brett hit 390, but this Royals team has some holes. They have about 20 guys who can play and a bench you can drive a truck through. They have 7 pitchers, sort of, if you count Marty Patton, and I'm not sure who does. So, despite their shortcomings, the 1980 Royals defeat the 78 Yankees in 2 straight to take this best-of-3 series. Thank you so much for watching. Please click like and subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for more baseball action, and have a great night. So long, everybody.